The head of the European Central Bank says the ECB will recapitalize solvent banks. But Mario Draghi is also calling for tougher banking reform as Spain faces a growing banking crisis, even as Greece struggles with its financial crisis.
Draghi spoke before the European Parliament's Committee on Economic and Monetary Affairs, giving his report as head of the recently created watchdog panel, the European Systemic Risk Board, or ESRB. He spoke of recently renewed bouts of volatility.
Fundamental challenges persist. In my view, these include limiting contagion between member states across the EU, promoting a macroeconomic strategy that, together with fiscal consolidation, supports growth and furthers the competitiveness adjustments needed to tackle the economic imbalances within the EU.
On banking reform, Draghi called for credible mechanisms for the recapitalization and restructuring of banks and improving banking supervision at the European level. He challenged Europe's leaders.
What is the vision from a certain number of years from now?
Draghi faced heat from a number of MEPs about the financial crisis, including from the EPP group's Pablo Salva Bidegain of Spain. He said government bond interest rates were at record levels despite his government's efforts to reform the economy and the country's finances. He blamed a lack of ECB action.
I wonder if what the markets are really castigating is the lack of action and compromise in the Eurozone to defend its currency and to defend its members.
Draghi acknowledged the difficulties and recent concerns over possible bank runs, saying the ECB will provide the support needed by viable financial institutions.
The ECB will continue lending to solvent banks and will keep the liquidity lines active and alive with solvent banks.
Draghi said 4 Greek banks suspended from monetary policy operations 3 weeks ago for lacking capital have been rehabilitated.
The recapitalization has now taken place, and so the 4 Greek banks have been readmitted to the monetary policy operations. So you can see that the ECB stands ready to act.
The EPP group's Werner Langen generally welcomed Mr. Draghi's comments.
I had the impression from his report, also from a part of the discussion, and I believe Mr. Draghi in his new function not only understood the problems but also the tools for solutions.
Mario Draghi's comments serve as pressure on a number of European governments to push ahead with sometimes painful reforms, and on all European leaders to pull more closely together to solve this crisis. Find out more about the activities of the largest political force in Parliament by checking eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.